Madden NFL 23 on EA Sports.
And the wait is over for this rivalry game. It's the Saints and the Falcons, next on EA Sports.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Today, our new season begins with an NFC South matchup between the New Orleans Saints and the Atlanta Falcons. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, here to welcome you to another NFL season. Always an exciting time, CD. And I tell you what, new is the opportune word here for these two division rivals, Atlanta and New Orleans. A couple of faces who have helped define this rivalry behind center, they're now gone. This is going to be an interesting one to watch.
And let's face it, it's a rivalry that always will blaze white hot, but it's definitely different now. Drew Brees gone 1 year from the Saints, Matt Ryan gone the next year from the Falcons, although he's still playing in Indianapolis. This is two teams in flux a little bit, trying to find their footing.
Charles and I have been looking forward to this one all week, and we are underway here on EA Sports. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. Atlanta sending its offense out for the first time, and for the first time since 2008, it's a rookie who will handle things at quarterback. Out of Cincinnati, the third-round pick, Desmond Ridder.
And you know how scouts always talk about checking all the boxes? I think this young man does exactly that when you're looking for an NFL quarterback. Proven leader. Teams went 43-6 while he was in college. Has speed, dual-threat ability, and the production off the charts while he was in school, and also did a nice job of limiting turnovers. When you put it all together, there's a lot to be excited about for this young quarterback.
On second down, a run with Patterson. And not much doing there, maybe a yard up to the 23. An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8. They're going to look to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete. On 4th down, Bradley Pinion on to punt for the Falcons. Back deep, Jarvis Landry. And the fair catch is made at about the 27-yard line. And here come the Saints for their opening drive. They'll be led out by the 9th-year QB out of Eastern Illinois, author of 2 magical playoff runs in the last 3 seasons, Jimmy Garoppolo.
And Jimmy Garoppolo has shown that he can be a Super Bowl quarterback, but his biggest problem, his ability to stay healthy and remain on the field. When able, he's a capable quarterback prone to winning games both in the regular and postseason.
They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. On 2nd and 12, Garoppolo. There's Chris Olave. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. Throwing is Garoppolo on 3rd down. He finds his man Johnson. And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. To throw, it's Garoppolo. Throwing out right here, caught by Olave. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
The receiver factor at Ohio State turned out an NFL-ready deep threat this year in Olave, who New Orleans jumped up to get at number 11. The Saints learned last year they need another defense breaker in their receiver room, to allow a little bit of space to throw underneath. Some 4.4 speed in the history of turning deep routes into touchdowns made Chris Olave their guy, and he gets them the first down.
And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line. Well, they clearly wanted to come out, Charles, and be aggressive throwing the football, and they've been pretty efficient along with that aggressiveness. He's now 4 of 4 on this opening drive.
Yeah, and that's led to a fresh set of downs. I like what he's doing back there. You can tell he's at ease. Feels good about what he's doing. I think if I'm the play caller, I'm reading that, and I'm continuing to let him throw the football.
Back to the ground. It's Kamara. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. They run it again with Kamara. And he'll go down at the 28. Less than a minute to go here in a scoreless first quarter to this point. Here's Garoppolo on 1st and 10. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. Well, the number one mission of any offensive line, you got to protect that quarterback, keep him safe back there. This time, the rush got to him in a hurry.
Yeah, that's one where you turn to your lineman and say, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely because, remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback...
And now Garoppolo lost the football. And the Falcons grab it. And they take possession of the football and have it at their 36-yard line. The pocket collapsed around him. I know we talk about it a lot, but a QB has to have that sixth sense, doesn't it?
He really does. And I know of one team at one point was training their quarterback with that time frame, and anytime he didn't get rid of the ball within the right amount of time, they would blow a horn or blow a whistle to show him this is what that time is, just what you're talking about, training him to understand this is the amount you have, make sure the ball's gone. Didn't happen in this case.
That's to the speedster Olamide Zaccheaus. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. We're scoreless after 1. Back now in Atlanta, second quarter action. The Falcons with the football as they've got it with a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. They'll run with a rookie from BYU, Tyler Algier. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. They'll run with Patterson. And he's got a first down as he's up to the 48.
So once the defense gets you the ball on a takeaway and a fumble recovery of their own, you've got to reward them, don't you? You've got to stay out on the field, give them a chance to rest, and how about doing it the way they did it, running the football and picking it up on 3rd down.
Yeah, would not have wanted to go 3 and out. They avoid that right there.
Yeah, they avoided the glares as they went back to the bench, didn't they?
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. And he'll complete this one to Patterson. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup. Here's a 2nd and 7. And complete to Drake London. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints 39. It's a gain of 11, and the Falcons pick up the first. A nice completion there for the first down. And Charles, you think about the quarterbacks of recent vintage that have been thrust into action week 1. It's no guarantee of future success, but we sure have seen some good ones.
We certainly have, partner. How about Joe Burrow with the Bengals in 2020? He was excellent. Kyler Murray with the Cardinals. The best part about his game, has his team run the brink of the playoffs. And Deshaun Watson has won division titles after having started from day 1.
Now a throw here to his running back. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Pass complete to Bird out right here. And he is going to have a Falcons first down. It's a gain of 6 that time on 3rd and 2. A nice throw right there. And these fans getting their first look at their QB1 of the future. I'd imagine it's got to be a big plus for him to get his first start here in front of that home crowd.
I know there's a school of thought about getting your first start away from home so you don't have the extra pressure of that crowd behind you. But I say ride the wave. Embrace it. Go ahead and play to that level, and I think it's going to benefit him in the long run.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. Calling a gain of 3 on the play, and it'll be second down. A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll check in with our Jonathan Coachman. He'll have highlights and analysis of the first half, and our highlights will likely be on the defensive side of the football here. Scoreless game, and they're going to get this down inside the 15. Another completion there. What a big moment in a young quarterback's life, that first NFL started. Charles, obviously they want him to win games, but if they're looking at him under a microscope in this first month or so, what do you think they're hoping to see from him?
Well, for every question they'll have for him, they should have for themselves as a coaching staff, because it's not just how quickly can he learn the offense, it's what they can teach him, right? How can he build a relationship with his receivers? And, of course, how open is he to learning? And, of course, how open are they to giving him things that he can put in place on the field?
Over the middle, it's complete. Call it a gain of a yard, and that's going to bring up 3rd and 2. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. And for the Saints here on 3rd down, an extra defensive back on the field. They'll look to throw again. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away. Here we go on 4th down. And try to push his way forward, but I think he's going to be short, and he is short. They'll get neither the touchdown nor the first down, and it'll be a turnover on downs. Garoppolo on 1st down. Oh, and this is going to wind up a safety.
The goal was to score just before the break, but I'm not sure that a safety was how they expected to do it. But give the defenders credit. They saw how the series was starting out, and I think it increased their intensity. This was their chance to make a huge play before the half, and all they needed was one play to get it done.
Now the free kick comes after the safety from the 20 as they bring the punter on to try and get some hang time here. Taking it about the 16. We'll remind you that coming up tonight, the first Sunday nighter of the new season. And how about this for a matchup? The Buccaneers and the Cowboys from Dallas, 8:20 Eastern. Then tomorrow, Monday night, just one game here in Week 1 this year. And it'll pit the Broncos and Seahawks as Russell Wilson makes his Bronco debut. And, of course, where is it? Seattle. Coincidence? We'll let you decide.
Holding offense.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Back to throw. Throw caught here by Bird. If they didn't have that penalty a moment ago, it'd be a 1st down. Still a nice 13-yard pickup. They'll throw now on the final play. Got a man. It's Patterson, complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, coming into halftime here, we travel over to Carolina, where the Browns, early in the first quarter, kicked a field goal to take the lead 3-3. Carolina, though, would answer back in the second quarter, kicking a field goal of their own to tie the game 3-3. Carolina would also march down the field again in the second quarter, taking the ball down the field and would throw a touchdown pass to Rashard Higgins, Cam Newton to Rashard Higgins for a touchdown to go up 10-3. And then Cam Newton on the last play of the first half. And that game would go to halftime 10-3. We travel to Chicago, where the Bears would march down the field and strike first against San Francisco. Justin Fields to Cole Kmet, touchdown for the Bears. What a play by Justin Fields. But San Francisco would march down the field and score before the end of the first half. Trey Lance takes it in himself. Touchdown 49ers. Justin Fields on the final play before halftime would attempt a deep pass, and that falls incomplete, and that goes to halftime 7-7.
On now to a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Saints. And they did not do much at all in terms of throwing the football in those first 2 quarters. That's going to need to improve if they want to erase this deficit. Meanwhile, for the Falcons, they too have found passing lanes to be hard to come by so far. As you see by the numbers, they'll need to figure that out in the second half.
Okay, Coach, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. And no fireworks to start the half. This will be a touchback. The Saints set to go here to begin the third quarter. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now, they got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
Personal foul, roughing the tackle, defense.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. Garoppolo over the middle and into the hands of his receiver Landry. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line. From the 39, Garoppolo tries the left side and finds Olave. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. On play action, now Garoppolo. They'll get this out to Kamara. And they're going to get this down inside the 20.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. They'll run out of the gun with Kamara. And he is going to lose yardage here. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Again, it's Kamara. And this is going to be back-to-back tackles for a loss here, as the Falcons defense yet again drops him behind the line. A loss of 1, now a loss of 2, and they're staring at a 3rd and 13.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half, and that trend is continuing here.
3rd down now. Those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. But that's Grady Jarrett who forced his way through to register the sack.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has not received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
The kick by Lutz is good. And they will jump out in front here with a very unusual scoreline of 3-2. Well, they don't get a touchdown here in the opening drive of the third quarter, but I think maybe you still say mission accomplished as they come away with the lead.
No, absolutely. You keep the pressure on, right? You go downfield, get some points up on the board, and hope that you've motivated your defense to take the field and hold that lead.
And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. So we get set to start this third quarter. Here's the Falcons offense now. And they find themselves down on the scoreboard following the field goal a moment ago.
And I think even though they trail in the game now, I would consider that a win for their defense, and that's probably what they're telling the offense when they get to the bench. Hey, the onus is on you guys now. Get back out there and get us the lead back.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Throw out right, taken in by Patterson. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete. Here's Bradley Pinion now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And here's a fair catch taken at about the 24-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. Now a play fake. Garoppolo. He'll buy some time right. He's got a man. Complete. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. An excellent gain, 35 yards.
In our pregame meeting, all they talked about was keeping him hemmed in and wanting him to make his throws from the pocket because they knew he was pretty dangerous if he got outside, and he just showed it right there. Pretty good arm, too.
So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. Olave holds it in. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35. On 2nd down, Kamara. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. Just week 1, but already plenty of intrigue with the games going on, and this one no different as we come up on a 1st and 10. They'll pound it up the middle with Kamara. And he's able to motor his way down to the 16-yard line. It'll be a Saints 1st down on a pickup of 13.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there, and on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing in a situation when they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously, but at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
And it's caught. Touchdown, Saints. Chris Olave with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Saints are able to build on to their 4th quarter lead. Well, we lasted all the way to the 4th quarter without a touchdown being on the board, but here a key one to extend the lead.
Definitely, and I really doubt, though, that that's going to open the floodgates. What do you think, partner?
No, not the way that we've seen these defenses play.
Yeah, no doubt about it. They've been rock solid, but we had to know that sooner or later, someone had to surrender a touchdown, and it happened right there.
Lutz with the extra point, and that will ensure that it will take a touchdown and a 2-point conversion to tie it. From out of his end zone, it's Avery Williams. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. So out come the Falcons now. There's still plenty of time here in the 4th quarter. Just a 1-possession game, down 8. They'll be looking for the touchdown and 2-point conversion. A field goal here on this drive does very little at this stage. He's got his tight end, Anthony Ferkser. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. They'll look to throw now on first down. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34. Second and 4. Over the middle, caught by London. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Rookie to rookie on the hook up there, and it's a first down.
And that's a much-needed first down right there. Look, they're down by 8. So logic says they don't have to get a touchdown out of this drive. But the way things are going, I don't know if I put it in the hands of my defense here. You might not get the ball back at all. So if a fourth down situation comes up, I'm thinking hard about going for it right here and right now.
They'll look to throw here on first down. That'll be caught downfield by Bird. And they're going to get this down to about the 37. So a nice throw there. And, CD, I have to think you've been impressed with what you've seen thus far here in his debut.
You know me well. I have been impressed because what I've seen is him starting to understand how to play the game in a short amount of time. The dazzling plays, they'll come with experience. But right now, we're seeing him handle the game, make all the smart plays, and the right reads.
Back to throw now on first down. And he'll complete this one to Patterson. No gain on the screen there, and second down.
That was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Again, he'll drop to throw. Complete to Zacchaeus. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 27-yard line. Give them 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's second down. They'll look to throw. Forced out to his left, and he'll just get rid of it. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have him looking at 3rd and 10. He's back to throw. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds. So a big call there. That brings up 4th. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Letting one go deep for the end zone. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Saints will have the football back. So a tough pill to swallow there. A would-be touchdown pass in and out of his hands on 4th.
Sometimes it just comes down to execution, doesn't it? Because we're always questioning, should they go for it, should they not? Is it the right play call, is it not? In this situation, everything was right except for the finish. You have to catch the ball and convert.
Now a first carry for their fullback. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. So they come up on second down, and they can get another run like we just saw. Would likely put an end to this thing. Coming left is Kamara. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts, as they'll get it with just under 90 seconds remaining. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Trying to run down some clock with Kamara. And a pretty good burst there as he'll get this across midfield and down to the 46. Now the defense will burn their third and final timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. And they will take a knee here. 2nd and 11 now. Kamara up the middle. 59 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. They go down to a knee, and the new campaign off to a good start. It's a win here in Week 1. Well, this was not just the opener of a brand new season, but this was a division game here in Week 1. And to come through with a 1-0 start against a division opponent gives you a little something extra heading forward for the rest of the season.
Yeah, let's pile it all into one game, right? Opening the season, and you open within the division. You knew the motivation was going to be there on both sidelines. One just executed better and earned the win.
So for New Orleans, hey, you get a win, you get it on the road. You can't ask for much more than that to start the year. And they will head home next week to take on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Meanwhile, for the Falcons, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head to L.A. to take on the Rams.